Now, I'm on the way to take my son to the hospital, and I just want to send a PSA out to Privilege right the fuck quick, okay? So, I have a Privilege emergency situation. You never know what's going on. So, I have a privileged person that was behind me that is in such a hurry. Okay, you saw the emergency vehicles. It was in such a hurry. So when I go to slow down like I'm supposed to, I'm the fuck law-abidingly supposed to, so that I don't get murdered for some minor traffic situation. Okay, this person get done because they don't realize emergency vehicles are coming, gets mad at me and starts blowing the horn. It's about a middle-aged privileged female. See, more shit going down. So she was in the vehicle more. I see more coming a couple of blocks down. So something's really going down. So she's blowing her horn. And she feels safe in the company of her husband because he's in the passenger seat. My son is in my passenger seat and he is feeling horribly. So I of all people am in a hurry as well because I'm trying to get my baby to the hospital. Keep listening. Still going on in case you didn't hear it. Privileged woman is blowing a horn behind me. And I'm realizing instantly what's happening because I'm brown and I realize what it can turn into. And she doesn't, to be fair. But that's not my issue. My issue is that me or someone I love or someone that just looks like me, that could be a loving person, could get murdered because she is suddenly uncomfortable. So, yeah, so she blew her horn. So I the fuck stopped, right? And sat there for a second because she couldn't go nowhere. You have to go behind me. You and your husband get out the car and say something. Say something. Get fed up with this shit, and eventually you're gonna run into an oppressed person who that day is ready to go ahead and let you and your people murder me, her, or him, because they fed up with your shit. But you know what? You might go down with them. I'm just throwing that out there, that even if you don't give any fucks about brown people, care about yourself, because eventually, and I get it, you're walking around free, so you're not really thinking about these types of things. But your discomfort could get a human, let's forget that they're brown for a minute, because I know that makes you unable to see them as human. But your discomfort can get a human murdered or their entire lives destroyed at a minimum. So I guess my PSA to Privilege today is, if you are frustrated, okay, behind a traffic situation, but in that traffic situation, your frustration is directed toward an oppressed person who is abiding by the law, then you need to calm the fuck down. And if you don't, then fuck you. You're as good as a murderer. There comes a time when I give less than a fuck whether your racism is accidental or not. Because deliberate or accidental, it could get me murdered. Jesus Christ and all 12 disciples, it must be nice to walk around free in this country. It must be fabulous. I'll tell you one thing, I do not know how we manage to be on time when we come out here. Because, okay, you ready? You're gonna get your shot, baby. I'll talk to y'all about this when I come out. Maybe I'll sit down and talk to you about it.
You need a wait.
Yes, please.
Set. 138.
We're going home, baby. But I'm gonna have to post this female up on Instagram because I went into the vet hospital and I saw a chick about whom I would easily make assumptions, but I'm consciously aware that that's not fair, so I take it back a notch. I'm already still pissed off, right? Because the privilege really riled me up in such a way that I allowed a privileged lady to rile me up in such a way on the way to the hospital because I was emoting that could have changed and or ruined and or ended our lives. So I made a conscious effort to pull back on my assumptions once I walked into the vet hospital. But what had happened was they called my baby's name, right? I don't know if I've ever said this on camera, but my baby's name is Cougar. I know, right? This is one of a couple of reasons why I've never said his name. So they called for him. So the lady laughed, which is well within character of what I would presume. But a lot of people would laugh, right? You probably did when I just told you what his name was. Anywho, they called for him and she, chuckled. She thought we would bond over it, I'm sure. And she chuckled and I looked at her and I don't know what she said. She said something clever, witty. I didn't absorb it, but she said something clever and witty, to which I responded, yeah, we named him before society started thinking that it was cool for adult age females to be pedophiles. And then you could hear a pin drop. It went right over her head. She said, yeah, I know. It went right over her head, but the two fellas in the room got significantly uncomfortable. And I did not care because I am currently in the zone to actually tap dance through puddles of white tears. So again, to be fair, I did work not to make assumptions, right? So after they took him back and brought him back out, she had apparently been outside on her cell phone. So she came inside and she came over to me and Cougar was in his crate, his carrier next to me. And she came over and said, oh, you know how they do. So she's like looking all around like, you can't see through it. It's a black carrier. So I reached over for her and I began to unzip the carrier so she could get a look at him. And do you know what she said? Do you know what she said, girl? She said, I'm sorry. She said, I thought he would have been black. She literally said that. So because she's bold enough to live up to all my expectations of her, I'm going to go ahead and post her picture up. I'm going to go ahead and do that. I should have made that light like a G. Too much traffic though. Golly, this traffic is a mess. See that? Oh. Yeah, we gotta wait on that. And there's a line of cars waiting to come against the other side. Do your thing, man. Do your thing. He want to show out now. He see my camera up here. You can do it. You can do it. See all of the traffic. All other cars waiting to come through. Okay, so there's a light delay way up there, and right here there's a construction truck delay. I think you can see this lane of cars lined up all the way back here now. I wanted to harvest my callaloo today. My callaloo is probably 8 feet tall now. It's 7 for sure, but we've had another rain since the 7-foot measurement. So purslane, moringa, and CBD. Between that and drinking my vinegar tonic every day, I should be fine. I should be fine as frog hair. But no, I'm just as obese as I want to get. And I've been watching some of my own old videos too. And Mister used to always tell me, how fine I was. He was like, you don't want to wake up one day and be middle age and wish you would have showed it a little more. I don't wish I would have showed it a little more. Oh. Yeah, you ain't gonna meet me today though. Not today, lady. Your baby cute though. He got a shot and he just hopped right out of the carrier and went over to where his food used to be. You know where it is. You know where your food is, baby. I'm not coming with you.